Quick message before this video starts. I want to thank everyone that's supporting me recently. My latest video are blowing up and it's just insane. It's been incredible. Thanks for all the comments, the likes and everything. I'm really thankful for all that. I don't even know if I deserve all that love, but yeah, thanks a lot. And I also want to mention something since not everyone is used to the channel and everything. I stream every day on Twitch. I have my link in the description on every video, so if you would like to see me live and like interact with me directly, you can just come on Twitch and say hi there. I'm usually streaming every day. If I'm not streaming, it's probably because there's an earthquake. And no, jokes aside, I try to stream every day, and I hope to see you all there. It would be nice. We have a blast here. I'm gonna do some Vulcan hard challenges and stuff. So yeah, once again, thanks a lot for all the love, and I'm gonna try to keep improving and make better videos, and I'm glad everyone likes it, honestly. I'll let you guys with the video now. Thanks a lot. Alright guys, welcome to this new solo leveling or rise video. Today I want to update my previous shadow guide and talk about the newly added shadow Serbi. I'm not sure how long this is going to be. I guess it depends how much I'm going to yap. To avoid making it too much of a duplicate, I'm not going to explain what shadows are again. You can just find my first video in the description. Here we're just going to talk about the two shadows I didn't talk about last time, Tusk and Serbi, and also if there's like some changes that happened between last time and now. I mainly want to focus on Serbi's purpose. So yeah, that's about it. Let's get into it. So as you can see, my army is maxed. I have all the shadows at max advancements, and here is the new one, Serbi. So its shadow's authority is all team members' critical hit damage is increased by 7%. Let's get this straight out of the way. It's terrible. 7% is nothing, especially if it's an additional 7%, because I had this thought where it could be 7% of your total crit damage, but it's not. It's just 7% additional crit damage, so it's just not good. But Serbi has a better purpose than just being the main shadow. So the main shadow is the one that gives its authority, as you know, and usually you are gonna want to run Blades, Tusk, or Igris, right? And then you have the second and third shadows that are just here to attack and put their attacks on the boss, right? And if we go on the skills here, you can see that the first one does nothing, but the second one inflicts combustion. And so it deals damage equal to 50% of the user's attack every 3 seconds. That's not the main thing about it. Like, it's cool, it's a bit of damage, but it's not the main thing. The main thing is increase the damage taken by 5% for an infinite duration. So what that means is, at the moment you summon your shadows and Serbi attacks the boss is gonna take 5% more damage the whole fight. And that makes a lot of fights way easier. For example, for Vulcan, he resets it each time he goes into his giant phase, but you just have to put it every phase and 5% more damage every time. Same for new bosses. The Fachna boss, in hard mode, same thing here. Serbi, 5% more damage. And you can apply that to any boss and it's gonna work. And it just makes Serbi the best second shadow in my opinion. So like as a first shadow for its authority, it's terrible. It's not good. But as a second shadow for the combustion, it's just so good. Because 5% more damage is insane, especially if you take into account Power of Destruction. It's 5% more damage from you, but also from your hunters. Because it's the damage taken that are increased, not the damage dealt, right? So it's a very good shadow. At first I was shitting on it because I felt like 7% crit damage was ass, and then I didn't read the passives correctly. But I realized this, and it just makes it very, very good. After that though, there's nothing crazy. Here is just attack. Here is the same thing, so applies combustion. And then here it's nothing again. Combustion though doesn't apply twice. It's only once. So yeah, you have to be aware of that. It's not gonna be able to stack twice. So my advice on Serbi is, should you get it? Yes. Should you upgrade it? No. Because like I said, the second skill, you get it from the beginning, so you don't need to upgrade it to any rank. So you just keep it base and you'll have the passive. It's the same for Iron. You just want to unlock it once and then not touch it, because you're here just for the defense decrease. Because each time you're gonna summon Iron, he's gonna put the 12% defense decrease debuff on the boss that lasts for 10 seconds. You have to be aware of something. If you shadow step before this, this debuff will not be applied because it's only one defense down debuff at the time. But if you summon him before you shadow step and he puts the debuff before you, this one will be first and your shadow step will not apply. So make sure to summon this shadow after you shadow step, or when you can't shadow step, for example. For example, again, Power of Destruction. That's the main thing I talk about because I'm an addict. If you can't get a shadow step on the head, you want to summon your shadows so you still have some defense decrease on the head, right? So that's the main thing about the second and third shadows. So when you're building your team, you want a main shadow that will be one of the three here, depending on what you want. Let's say you're playing with Hunters. Hunters, if you have Alicia, you want to use Tusk. If you have any other attack scaling DPS, you want Blades. If you want to crit a lot, example, you're using Cha, I suggest you use Igris, right? With Jinwoo, I usually go for Blades, but if you're in a stage you want to crit a lot, you can just use Igris. For example, when I use Westwind, I always use Igris. When I use the Fire Punch, I always use Igris. And that's pretty much the thing here. You want to change your main shadow depending on what you need. For example, with the new Hunter Amamiya Mirei, Blades is very good because she gets this crit hit rate buff from her passive, and Tusk will not be any use since she doesn't use her car attack that much. So like Blades would be the best shadow for her. And as the second, you would have Serbi and then Iron. To talk about Tank a bit, he's just bad. His skill stuns, if I recall correctly, but it's just 1 second, and realistically, most bosses are immune to stun, and outside of that, he doesn't do that much. So this one, I wouldn't even unlock it if I was you, and I would unlock those three for their main shadow authority and then upgrade the one you use the most. And then those two, you just unlock them, but don't upgrade them. Then we're gonna have 2 more shadows. I think I can have like a little chat about that. We don't know what it is yet. This one looks like a golem. It has like sword on his back or something, and then this is Kaisel, like the big dragon from Baran. We don't have anything about them, but they should release fairly soon since they're here already, so make sure to keep some traces and not burn them all. Also, whenever you can, make sure to level up your army level. That gives a lot of power. My army alone gives me like more than 100,000 BP, so it's just mad. This is why I had like a huge bump in BP, like the new armory, and then this, like the new shadow, that gives a lot. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say about shadows. I don't want to yap for too long. I feel like the main things are said. Main shadows, you want Blades, Igris, and Tusk. Second shadows, you want Serbi and Iron. To wrap it up, you want to unlock Serbi, you want to unlock Iron, and then you want to upgrade Igris, Blades, and Tusk. If I had to say, I would probably upgrade Blades as the first one, Tusk as the second, and Igris as the third. Igris is the one I use the less recently. I use Blades a lot because I use Amamiya a lot. And then obviously Tusk is very good because anytime you use Alicia, you want to use Tusk. I hope this was useful. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Amamiya Mirei Hunter guide. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe as always. And I'll see you later. See ya.